Joining me now, Senator Conrad, chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. Sir, it's great to have you here. And so we show the headline at the top of the show. It's from Politico, and it reads, "The Fiscal Framework Emerging." Are the contours of this deal really taking shape? And I'm sure you were able to hear the reporting there of Kristen Welker saying that the estimation or the description of that phone conversation may not have been so curt as originally quoted.
Truth is, Thomas, I don't know because I've not been involved in those direct discussions. What I do know is in talking to colleagues, Democrats and Republicans, there is a growing sense that this has to be done, needs to be done in the national interest, and that it will get done. So I'm encouraged by what I'm hearing in terms of the tone of comments from my colleagues.
All right, so you talk about the tone of colleagues from the left, but also on the right. Congressman Tom Cole took heat from John Boehner and others in the GOP for urging his party to go along with the president's tax plan. I want to remind everybody, take a listen to this.
I told Tom earlier in our conference meeting that I disagreed with it.
I think this is a minority position within the party.
I think this is a false choice. I believe the majority of the conference disagrees with it. But we shouldn't be talking about raising taxes right now. What we should be talking about is what we're going to cut spending.
Now here we jump to today because on the Daily Rundown, Cole said he never really meant for those remarks to go public. Here's exactly what he had to say.
Now, that advice was given in private, but you guys have a way of figuring out what to said in private, and somebody leaked it out. That's fine, because I'm not going to tell you one thing.
You didn't intend for this to go public. You did not. This was...
All right, so, sir, when you hear statements like that, when at first you think that there are signals that there is going to be compromise moving forward, but then we see people like Grover Norquist, and I know there's no love lost between you and Grover Norquist, but the fact that he is having his Politico breakfast yesterday saying that people on the right are having impure thoughts about potentially raising taxes, do you think that Grover Norquist, his anti-tax pledge, is seeping back into the conversation here and keeping the right with the cement feet, the cement shoes on?
Sure. For some, that's the case. And it is also the case that some on our left have their shoes in concrete as well. They don't want to touch any spending. But the hard reality is we have to do both. And every bipartisan group that's worked on this has reached that conclusion. So at the end of the day, I think people who are in the sensible center know you're going to have to do both. There's going to have to be more revenue because, after all, revenue is near a 60-year low as a share of our national income. Spending is near a 60-year high as a share of our national income. So we're going to have to work both sides of the equation.
Sir, real quickly before I let you go, senators on the right have been very controversial in their remarks regarding Susan Rice and whether or not she will be nominated, potentially becoming the next Secretary of State. But I want to play for everybody how the president defended Rice yesterday.
Susan Rice is extraordinary. Couldn't be prouder of the job that she's done at USUI.
So with applause being led there by the current Secretary of State Hillary Clinton there, flanked on the right of President Obama, Leon Panetta there on the other side, what's your estimation about if she were to be nominated? Are these some really choppy waters ahead based on what we've heard from Senator Collins, Ayotte, Graham, McCain, and the alike?
Undoubtedly, yes, but I think it's totally unfair. Let me be very clear. I'm on the Intelligence Committee. What Ambassador Rice did is precisely what she should have done. She used the approved talking points from the intelligence community that were unclassified. She did not use classified information, and that's precisely what she should do. She shouldn't use classified information. She is required in her position to use unclassified information, and that's precisely what she did. Information provided to her unanimously by the intelligence community. To go after Susan Rice is totally and completely unfair, and those who are doing it repeatedly ought to back off. They ought to back off. That is not where fault lies.
Senator Conrad, sir, great to have you with me this morning. Thanks for your time.
You bet.